Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. It's your brother Yeshurun Yesreel from the Hebrew Nation Teacher, and this is my fourth lecture on should women preach, teach, or lead. And on the third lecture, I spoke about, in the end, that I was going to speak about Deborah because a lot of women said that it's all right to preach because they hear of Deborah and a lot of women that the Most High sent with a message in His Word. And but if you go and read, Judges chapter 4, you will see where all these judges was, ruling and doing the will of the Most High. And when you go to chapter 4, you see where Israel fell back against the Most High. They stopped doing the Most High will, so the Most High chose Deborah. That's how Deborah come in play, because the men were doing what they had to do, so the Most High called Deborah. And she was already a wise woman. So when Israel fell away from the Most High, he needed somebody to still continue to do what he wanted them to do. So he called a woman. It wasn't that he was calling women, it's because the men stopped doing what they had to do, fell back, started sinning against the Most High, so he called a woman. So you can read in chapter 4, chapter 3, from the beginning of the Judges, you can go back and read what these judges was ruling. But when we get to Deborah, starting on Deborah, you read at Judges chapter 4, it says, and the children of Israel again did evil in the sight of the Lord when Ehud was dead. Once this judge was dead, Israel started sinning against the Most High. So that's why he called Deborah. A lot of people jump on this and say Deborah, but it started, at the beginning of chapter 4 of Judges. It tells you that Israel failed. So what he did, he didn't have a man to lead Israel. So he called Deborah because, somebody had to do it. So he said, look, I called Deborah. And Deborah do it because she was already a wise woman. She was already obeying the Most High. He was already doing his will. So since the man wasn't doing the Most High will, so he called Deborah. Deborah, was happy that the Most High called her. She made a song in chapter 5 and glorified the Most High because the Most High had chose her. And she knows she was chosen for a woman to be chosen in that time. So she praised the Most High because the Most High chose her. Because, she called herself, the mother of Israel. The Most High said, knowledge is your father and wisdom is your mother. So we know we got the harlot who don't do the will of the Most High, and we know we got the mother of Israel who the Most High would choose, a woman with these qualities that he wants, and then when he chooses this woman can go lead, but she is the mother of Israel. She's a queen in her own right, with the Most High. So when the Most High choose a person, he can choose anybody he wants, but Israel fell off. So when Israel fell in chapter 4, that's why he called Deborah. And when he called Deborah, Deborah came and led the people, led Barak in battle, won a battle for Israel. And you hear in chapter 4 and 5, they don't speak of Deborah no more. So this ain't like a lot of chapters talking about Deborah. It was just, the Most High was just showing y'all what you can do through a woman. And a lot of y'all women say that y'all preaching, we got 7 days in a week, but y'all timing is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But we're gonna go to Leviticus chapter 15. Go to Leviticus chapter 15. This in a children's Bible I want to read out to. Just to give you a picture of these things that I'm telling you. And this is just basically telling you, these people in Israel, they had laws and rules that they had to go by. And we're going to see in chapter 15, verse 19, we're going to read how the Most High said that if a person was on their menstrual, had their period, they were defiled. They were considered unclean for 7 days. So if you go the church on Sunday, that means you defile the Most High temple when you go in a church, with your ministration on. According to the Bible, according to His Word, this is what He says. In chapter 15, verse 19, when a woman has her monthly period, she is unclean for 7 days. Anyone who touches her be unclean until evening. Anything she lies on during this time will be unclean. Everything she sits on during this time will be unclean. Everyone who touches her bed must wash their clothes and bathe in water. That person will be unclean until evening. Everyone who touches something she has sat on must wash his clothes and bathe in water. That person will be unclean until evening. It does not matter if that person touched a woman's bed or something she sat on. That person will be unclean until evening. The Most High said that you will be unclean. So if a person don't supposed to be by you when you unclean, why is all these people in your church? Why are you unclean in the temple? You said the temple of the Most High. When you don't supposed to be around people. So how is people coming around you and you have people that you minister to on your ministration? When the Most High said you're supposed to be, you know, purifying yourself when you on your monthly period. So why would you go and preach the word when you know that you defiled the Most High temple? You defiled the Most High temple, and the Most High just supposed to sit here and say that this is the right thing for you to do when He told you in the scripture that you don't supposed to be doing anything. He plainly said it in the scripture that you're supposed to be unclean for 7 days, but you go in the church and minister to these people, and everything you touch and everything your women touch, in that church is undefiled. So if you don't supposed to preach, I mean, um, be on your monthly period, so why would you be up in a church ministering to people? So you say you're a prophet. A man prophet, he can speak every day. But what about a woman prophet? She couldn't speak every day because one day she's gonna have to, few days she's gonna have to stop ministering because her monthly cycle's gonna be on. Do you think Deborah was going around ministering, trying to lead people with a monthly cycle on? No. Deborah obeyed the Most High commandments. These people were obeying these commandments in these times. These commandments were fresh by the time Deborah was in. So Deborah was obeying these commandments. Deborah wasn't going ministering. Deborah was at home when her ministration was on, according to the Bible and the Most High said that these people were doing. So I have to believe that Deborah was doing the right thing when Deborah was ministering. So do you believe that a woman that's written up in this scripture, this Bible here, that this woman was not pleasing to the Most High, and she in this book right here, is the things that you doing, and when you see the Most High, would you be written up in this book? Would you be a person that you can say is like Deborah, that the Most High will put you in a book and we can read the generations about Deborah? If the Most High said, do you think that is worthy to be in this book? Do you think what you're doing now can be in this book? Do you really think that what you're doing and the things that you're doing going against the Most High, you're doing all these preaching and ministry, do you think that you would be in this book here? Because if you don't believe that, the Most High said your name would not be written in the book of life. So you need to believe that if the Most High calls you, your name will be your name will be in this book, and we'll be reading about you in generations to come. But if not, you would not be written in this book. You would not be written in the book of life because you went against the Most High and stop obeying the Most High commandments. You probably were never obeying His commandments. So that's why you minister and you preaching, and telling people these false doctrines that you're supposed to minister when you're not supposed to minister this word.